Welcome and thanks for joining us. My guest today is Jeff Bentley, President and CEO of Northwest Federal Credit Union. A lot of people look to their financial institutions for guidance on investments and planning or other things, but you have to be a member first before you can take advantage of that.
You do. And so credit unions were founded in the early 1900s with the concept like a small manufacturing group, and they couldn't get the resources, the lending, the deposits from their local bank, and so they decided to create a cooperative and do it themselves. And so it was from those small grassroots that credit unions were formed. And a lot of people look at the name federal, and so they assume then you must have to be with the federal government. It's a country club, you can't join. It's got union in it, and so I'm not in the union, so I can't do that. And so I think we're kind of our own worst enemy when it comes to the name of credit unions. The fact is that there are a litany of ways to join Northwest. We partner with select employee groups, so like WTOP, and we will make you, the company, a member, and then any of the employees and family members of WTOP employees could be members. And so we have over 600 different companies. We have a lot of nonprofits, so if you support the Parks and Recreation, because you're a member of their organization, you could join. If you support the food pantries, then you can join. And so it's literally kind of an open door from that perspective that there is a way for just about anybody to join Northwest. And we welcome people to join Northwest. A good example of that was when the government a few years ago came out with the Paycheck Protection Program, and it was primarily for small businesses to keep them afloat during COVID.
Right.
And what happened when we first heard about it, we were all in. It's all about what we do, right? We help people. And at the time, the Small Business Administration, the SBA, who was managing the program, they really didn't even have the rules figured out yet. And so we jumped on it and they started changing the rules. And a lot of the banks, and specifically the bigger banks, did not participate because they didn't know how they were going to get paid. Because we're not profit focused, we were early to the table. And once they set the guidelines for how the payments were going to be made, then the big banks jumped in. Well, the problem is a lot of these small businesses had accounts with the larger banks, the B of A's, the cities, and they couldn't get them on the phone because those bigger banks were focused on the really, really large businesses because you made a lot more money on those companies. And so these small companies, the mom and pops, couldn't get anybody on the phone, even though they were not members of Northwest. And now we have commercial lending, we handle businesses. They came to us because they were in our geographic area and said, can you help us? And it was like, absolutely. And kind of no strings attached. We had to open them an account because that's the way we would fund the loan. But it wasn't any contingency that you had to do business here and move your accounts and all that kind of nonsense. We just help people. And again, it's really clear looking at that specific example of all the different companies, third generations, hat in hand, tears in their eyes, can you help us? And we were there to help. And so it makes you feel really good about what credit unions are truly about. And it wasn't profit focused. Now the good news, it kind of goes back to if you do the right thing, good things happen. The program was very financially rewarding to Northwest. And so it's kind of, self-serving as far as that goes, it really worked well for us. But we also primarily, because it helped people.
So once you go to a credit union as a business, big business or small business, or as an individual, what is it that you now have, you become a member, what have you opened yourself up for?
Our focus, again, is education. We want to build trust and long-term relationships, and we're not pushing product or sales quotas. Our team are educated and trained consistently in that even if we don't have the right product, that's okay. Send them to whoever has the right product. And once you build that trust, then they'll be back with their family and friends for other products that they might need. Again, we're not profit focused. We're truly there to help people. And we also do that from a community perspective. We have about 600 employees, and our goal this year is to do 6,000 hours of volunteer time. So we pay our employees to go volunteer at all our nonprofits during the week. So you go on a Wednesday at 9 in the morning with 2 or 3 coworkers. Say you're passionate about animals, you go to an animal shelter and help work at the animal shelter. We give you a T-shirt to wear so you don't mess up your work clothes, and you come back. And so it's an employee engagement play for us, but it's also a community engagement play, in that if you can think about it, 600 people doing 6,000 plus hours of volunteer work in our community wearing these bright blue Northwest shirts, people notice. And so it's kind of a good thing from that perspective. So if you're looking to partner with someone that's not profit motivated, they want to educate you about the products and services and truly help you through all these lifetime of financial challenges. But you also see us helping others in the community, the nonprofits, supporting different groups that also help people, then you can also be a part of that. And again, just about anybody can join Northwest through one of these different channels that we have available.
When somebody comes into Northwest looking for financial advice or investment advice, how do you view that relationship between the credit union and the member?
Yeah, so we value the opportunity. Again, we do a lot of training with our employees so that they understand our products and the challenges in the financial environment. And so we actually have a separate group that handles investments. They have about $2 billion assets under management. So it's a very large organization from that perspective. And they do a phenomenal job with retirements and retirement planning and those kind of things, wealth management. But we also have our branch employees that are educated in all the different products. And so we welcome the opportunity for you to come in and just talk to us and see if we can find the solution that will solve your challenge.
And not all of these are big money opportunities. I mean, just an average investor could be a comparatively small amount of money.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely right. A lot of these investment companies have minimums, a minimum requirement. You got to have, $500,000 to even open an account with them. We have no minimums. We welcome all comers. And again, the focus isn't profit. We're truly trying to help you. And if you start young enough, and then the compound of time and interest really serves you well. So the earlier you can start, the better, and we welcome those opportunities to speak to you. And that goes back to any of the products, though. It's just not on the retirement wealth management side. Just give us a chance, and if we can help you, we will. If we can't, we'll send you somewhere that they can help you. Again, we're about building trust and helping our community. So if you're searching for a financial institution that will solve your financial problems, challenges, stop searching. Go Northwest.
I want to thank today's guest, Jeff Bentley, the President and CEO of Northwest Federal Credit Union. I'm your moderator, Bruce Allen. For more on this discussion, visit WTOP.com and search Northwest Federal Credit Union.